What up, my freaks? Ruinous Insight here with part 15 of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Wulfrik Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, we are done with the Northern Chaos Wastes, as with the destruction of Archaon and the vassalization of Tamarkan and the Maggot Host, Wulfrik has nothing else to do here, so it's time to head towards the enemy champions, Fator the Serpent and... I don't remember the other guy's name. And Vashnaar the Hound, and of course the Eagle guy, but that's teleport-toable, so that shouldn't be an issue anyway. We also will have our retrofits coming in as quickly as we can. We are recruiting, though some things will take 2 and 3 turns. We're getting there. And with Wulfrik not fighting while he travels, it'll be at least a little bit faster. Alright, so, do we want to head him out to sea now? Or do we want to wait the turn? Here's the question. If we head out to sea, will Vashnaar the Hound turn? I think he will. I think what he's trying to do is go around like this, which means we'll want to, rather than allowing him to turn, travel by land for one more turn and then head out to sea next turn. At least I think so. I'm not 100% sure exactly what this guy's doing. It's just a sort of hunch. But anyway, let's quickly raise Schwarzhofen, I think. This is going to be the only place that we can raise, and we'll lose the crow for a turn, but oh well. What can you do? Gotta get that serpent up and running. How to resolve this? Hey, we got a brass cleaver out of it. Very nice, though. And we will raise for the serpent, and then you will stop moving. Alright, got another slave chain. There's that other brass cleaver, and we'll certainly make good use of it, but not really in your army. And a mountain scout, you don't need that either. Lamondal, we'll give that to one of the new guys. Throggy. I would like you... Alright, let's see what's the best way to do this. You're gonna go here. We're gonna pop Throggy into Castle Drakenhof directly. I assume Vashnaar is going to move past it. It doesn't seem like he's traveling in march stance, which should mean we should be able to sort of run him down. You, Troop Fairy, are going to transfer to Throg these 4 Fimir Stalkers and take the 5 Marauders, because the 5th slot is going to be taken by the Maws of Savagery. We'll give the Marauders to Burple Smirk for now, just so that he has an army of some sort and can hopefully travel for a little bit. And Troop Fairy, you... I mean, no longer really need to do anything, so we can delete you and then have you ferry some more troops in a few more turns. Alright, looks good to me. So, delete you. You know what I should have done? I should have given you a mountain scout, but next time. Next time you're on field. Alright, and that'll save us a little bit of cash as well. Then we'll try to move you away, Mr. Lamondel. I'm hoping that there isn't a... move around like this. An army here ready to reach you, as it would be unfortunate if there was. You are what again? Well, then again, you're a Mammoth Helm, so we don't care about you nearly as much as we perhaps might. But anyway, Throggy is good. Next up, Slith Wallbreaker. You... I guess we're going to go after Conrock. We still have to obviously retrofit you, but after killing Conrock, you can go down here and then do the same thing as Wulfrik to grab your own Fimir troops. And then I'm not entirely sure where we'll send you after that, but, well, we'll send you somewhere, I'm sure. You go like this. One of you, in theory, should be following Wulfrik, but the thing is, there's no way that they'll be able to catch up to Wulfrik. Absolutely no way, especially once he heads out to sea, because he can move much further, and we're not waiting for these guys. They'll both be getting their armies. For now, they'll leech XP from killing Conrock with Slith, and then we'll probably get their armies up and running. I guess you can also follow along. Oh, I was going to send you down here to... to identify Kugath. Do we need you against Conrock? What do we have in this army? I don't know. I'm just gonna assume that the Fimir can win the fight without the help of these guys. I hope that there isn't anything crazy in this army, like a Jabberslythe or too many Cygors or anything. We'll see. You go out to sea, though. Alright, go, and you should be able to move a little bit further than that. Good. And then head out to the Uzkalak Canal right after. Surtha, you're up next, my friend. Now, you, I believe, we're going to sack Marienburg. It is low casualty, so you should be able to auto-resolve it. I think you're actually going to raise it, weren't you? Pretty sure. Yeah, it's not worth sacking, so we'll raise for the Serpent, like so. And then you will stop moving. And then we'll pop the... no raiding stance on you. Oh, well. And we can't reach our own territory. Well, we'll move back and we'll heal up there, presumably. Unless we declare war on Reichland, which we will do, but it'll probably take at least a few turns. Oh! Wait. Can you... Huh, why can't you click on Surtha? The heck? Is it because of the War Banner and the Bearsenling thing and the Banner of Eternal Flame? Wait a second. You also don't need that Greyling Werekin. Marauder Chariot for Olaf Hilmarsson, that's fine. Okay, beautiful. What we'll do is we'll transfer all the hurt units to this guy. Like so. That's all of them. Minus you. There we go. Fantastic, which will allow them to heal. That worked out. All right, well, now we got a good use for you, sir. Beautiful. I guess just another reason why it's a good idea to have these as sort of little armies following along. Anyway, Morkaka, you can sack Beckhofen, I guess, and ooh, we got the first level of the Serpent. Just gotta make sure we don't drop below to the second level of the Crow. Can you auto-resolve this? Yes, you can. Alright, Potion of Healing, very nice, and ooh, the Manticores got hurt. It is 2.6k worth of sack value, and we are recruiting quite a lot, though I'd wager we won't be able to raise it next turn because this guy will then take it. But I suppose it's not necessarily such a bad thing. I think probably the money is more important right now while we're recruiting and building stuff. Anyway, Morkaka. I don't know if you're going to get this Potion of Healing. There's a decent chance that you will, but for now we'll ignore you. Stay right here just in case... Wait. I might be able to get more money out of... Well, no, stay here. I'm going to assume that this guy will take Beckhofen, but just in case he doesn't, we'll raise it if that is not the case. Alrighty, who is up next? Olaf Fimerkin, I guess you are headed to the second last territory of the Kislevites, and this one at nearly 7k will most definitely be worth the sack. Slaneshi giggle. Already, and ooh, whoa. Is that another army? What did I just see here? Oh no, it was just a hero. That was Felix in particular. Well, we're gonna have to fight this, and actually, oh wow, they have a lot of Streltsy and Zargar. This is actually a pretty solid little stack here. Well, good for them. And good for them. We'll see how it works out for them. I don't know whether you'll be in range, so just go here. Alright, and hello. There's an army down here. I guess we'll also have to figure out where we're sending you. This belongs, Mount Gunbed belongs to... Disciples of the Maw? What the heck? How are you here? What? How are the Disciples of the Maw here? Well, that's curious. That's very curious. They went over and took Mount Gunbed from... the Crooked Moon? From out of here. Kind of bizarre. Well, good for them, I guess. Anyway, looks like we are good to attack. Nope, Kukhar's still... Okay, no, I lied. Kukhar does not need to move. In fact, Kukhar's going to travel anyway, so get him to the Tower of Crack. We'll also need to figure out a mage of some sort for him, but we may as well get him to here so he doesn't need a ferry. We'll just travel him all the way up and get him his skinwolves out of this territory. Better than waiting around, I feel. And Tech Thief, you still need to move, my friend. I was hoping to find... Ooh, Altdorf. 29 and 6, go for it. I want to see what's going on down here. Where is Karl? Does he still have the Nemesis crown? That's the real question. You're going to succeed? Well done, sir. Alright, you got 4 turns of this. Judging by the fact that the Nemesis crown is no longer visible on the map, Karl might have, deleted it. But anyway, Serpent's Gaze at 30 out of 30. We are going to sack this place now, assuming that we win the fight. Still got to deal with the mage as well as Godric and Felix, and a fairly decent amount of mana. Go. Alright, here we go again. This army is grown to be fairly specialized at taking out Kislevites, and sometimes you gotta fight ice with ice. So, the Iceforged Legion will be taking on some of those armored Khazars, mostly because they're the only ones in range. Otherwise, since this army is based on Streltsy and Zargard, which are more elite units, we'll be focusing them as soon as they get a little bit closer. Though, I don't know, telling your troops that you should go go and get closer to that may not go down so well, let's say. The bombardment continues until the enemy is ready to face us in earnest, and we can drop a spell or two on the enemy as well, as the Gehenna's Golden Hounds will basically break apart another unit. Beautiful. And the Iceforge Legion is firing reasonably quick at this point. Just out of curiosity, we got 109 kills and 18k damage on them already. And they can periodically switch fire as well, as the enemy formations essentially get disrupted and more units sort of stand closer together, and we can switch fire to those units instead. Over on the right flank, we got a little bit of harassment going on from our piles of Marauder Cav, who are sort of just annoying the enemy units of Kosovo Dervishes and the Mordheim Beowulfs, things in the woods. And you know, the summonable units of things in the woods, I think they look much cooler, like they came straight out of a nightmare, because they're like, I don't know, they're like made of space, or I don't know. But they look pretty neat, the summonable ones, as opposed to the actual ones. But anyway, I digress. The enemy continues moving towards us and continue taking damage out here. Looks like the Kosovo Dervishes have gotten in range of our harassing Cav and are losing quite the number. Hardly surprising though, as these guys are ultra fragile and frankly not particularly useful. But nonetheless, I mean, they're so fragile we could very well just fight them in melee, although in SFO, 52 and 40, they've got solid melee attack and defense stats. They're just so fragile they can't really capitalize them all on them. All that well. Anyway, now it's time for the Mordheim Beowulfs to attempt to give chase to the rest of our harassing Cav, though we do have to be careful about them actually reaching our main line. The enemy are continuing to lose troops to that bombardment from the Iceforge Legion, and by the looks of it, multiple troops getting hit all at the same time. Gotta love that battery. And it looks like the Mordheim Beowulfs do manage to reach one of our units here. The Marauders with axes will attempt to hold them off. And yeah, the things in the woods looking pretty big, actually. We're going to drop a Spirit Leech on them and try to force them away. They are fairly fragile themselves. And funnily enough, they were probably better off being in melee, as if they back off, they'll get hit with way too many javelins and axes. There we go. I definitely agree. There's something very satisfying about the way that the javelins and axes sort of fire their projectiles and enemy units getting hit by them. A little bit more satisfying than archer fire. Anyway, the Zargard are moving forward now. The enemy perhaps thought that the armored Cossars and the regular Cossars and whatnot would absorb lots of hits for the Zargard, but it didn't quite work out all that well. It does look like at least some of the Zargard are closing the distance now, but they will have to weather the storm of javelins and axes. There we go. And yeah, that's not a place you want to be, but nonetheless, so these Zargard will bravely push on, and yeah, this one's done. Oh, that one is done. Alright, well, try again with possibly a different unit, if you can. Anyway, looks like, oh, poor Gotrek. Gotrek took that Tormentor Sword, similar to, I think it was last episode, when we can't even see Gotrek, when we caught the enemy lord, the Vampire Count's Strigoi, and it's just fog or dust kicked up by the javelins. But anyway, Gotrek, it gets ripped apart by the javelins, just as the vampire did, as he cannot move. And there's only so many javelins even Gotrek can take. Well, there we go. Looks like the Zargard were also stuck by the Tormentor Sword. Another unit is free to move towards us, and we're going to move our Mirg forward to distract them. And also pop the Cascading Fire Cloak on the Mirror so she doesn't get hurt, and also knock the enemy away while we do. A little bit of ice and fire action going on. It does look like at last a few enemy units will reach towards our line. But by the looks of it, the entire enemy army will soon be done for. Hey, and if it isn't the Golden Knight, who loses about half of her HP to Javelin Fire as she moves forward, but does manage to reach our Wyrkin. Fortunately, or unfortunately, the Wyrkin is quite quick and will simply back away while the Golden Knight continues taking hits from those Javelins, dropping down to just a sliver or 10% HP. And what was that? Oh, you're just attacking air now, my friend. Try a little harder. No dice? Alright, come on, try again. Battle is already ours, so yeah, everybody's in by our blood melting away. Somebody actually needs to hit the Golden Knight. Oh, come on now. Man, are these guys too fast? Or is the Golden Knight being infantry speed just too slow? Okay, well, these two are going to chase her away because it's going to take absolute ages. The rest of our army is chasing the remnants of the enemy, though it does look like these Streltsy were still sort of on the field, though I don't imagine they will be so for too long, just waiting out there by our blood as well, and there it goes. And that ability is appropriately named, as these guys will get riddled with axe and with javelin again. There we go. Alright, glorious. Glorious victory, and it looks like the Golden Knight falls at last, and we're good here. Alrighty, very, very nice. You know what happens to a Gotrek when he gets hit by several hundred javelins? The same thing that happens to everything else. And I suppose the same thing also for the Golden Knight as well. Very nice. This army will surprise you, I think. At least so far. Like, on the face of it, there's just garbage Marauder Hunters with just awful stats that can't hold a line, but I guess you actually have to get to them to hold said line. And they may not be high elven archers, but they sure do pack a punch when the enemy closes the distance. And of course now with the frost, with the ice forged legion rather, this army is really nasty. This unit alone is just so nasty. But anyway, a lovely work once again from our Norscan ranged army. The idea still amuses me greatly. Sack the place and Norse Berserker, Earthing Rod, Potion of Toughness, a nice find, not for you, but a nice find. Mountain Scout, Garethor, no, this goes on Lords. And ally mission successful. Enemy killed in battle. That's a lot of mission successfuls. Alright, you cannot raid, but you can move. You can move, there we go. You can dance. And, oh, we're gonna suffer attrition because of vampiric corruption, eh? Oh wow, 97 vampire corruption just from Grom Peak. Damn, the Kislevites weren't too happy about this, but once again, there's a lot of vampires in Kislev, so yeah. Anyway, you leveled up twice, my friend, but you now have Beast Slayers, which is basically your entire army, the Marauder Horsemasters and the Marauder Javelins. That said, these hunters will be reaching rank 7 soon, so we should probably get them buffed up. That said, again, we do get campaign movement range out of Champion's Demand, which is sort of a army-wide buff. And we haven't even gotten an ambush with these guys. I want to see how they'd work with the ambushes. Float Battle's not bad either. You know what, let's go Float Battle, let's go Champion's Demand. Oh, we got another 10% post-battle loot. That's also nice. I feel like I like the Marauder Pathfinders more as army commanding lords than the Marauder Chieftains, simply because they have a lot of other buffs that they can use to buff the entire army, which I wasn't expecting, but I'm very happy with them. Anyway, they may not be able to fight in melee as well, but it's a very nice trade-off. Anybody else need to do anything this turn? I don't believe you do, meaning we can build buildings, and buildings we do need to build. You, damned Longhouse. Damn that Longhouse. And Unholy Sight, gotta get that troll capacity up and running. And obviously the Ruinous Altar, which is my favorite kind of altar. Hellspire Mountains, let's go for... I will never stop making that joke. Damned Longhouse for you as well. More Skinwolf and Fimir capacity. We got Carrick Vlag ready for an upgrade, but we will prioritize Frozen Landing because it has a port, and the Slaver's Camp here as well. Mountains of Nalfari. 2,000 for Shamanic Pyre, eh? It's a little bit on the expensive side, but we're recruiting everything here anyway, so it's fine. Troll Country. Doesn't really matter which one we pick, so we'll do Zoishank, because it's first. Vanaheim Mountains. Ooh, yes. Another tier 4. But this one will take 2 turns rather than 1. Come on, game. Come on. Alright, and lastly, the Skull Road. 1, 3, 3, 7. Growth. Shaman Pyre. Well, actually, we do need public order here, but if we build this... Okay, yeah, we won't have enough money for either one of those. Also, we will need to start collecting income here, but I think we'll wait until the public order is maxed out, and then we'll collect. All of the other stuff that's not collecting income is mostly these places, like Prague and Kislev and stuff. I'd rather them grow to tier 4 for the capacities, rather than worry about them collecting a tiny, tiny amount of cash. Makes more sense, after all. Anyway, that looks good to me. This looks good to me, meaning we can skip and we can end the turn. And we gotta hurry through whatever else we've got going for us. Scraggy wants to trade. Oh, a faction that can actually trade. That's lovely. He's not gonna be happy when we inevitably betray the Bloody Hands because we have to have Black Crag, but... I really hope that Scrag isn't the one currently holding Karazakarak, because this will be a waste. Yeah, we'll do some Ogre allies. Oh, they're actually willing to go into Defensive Alliance. That is... They're actually... Wait. Karazakarak and Arguelon. Trade agreement. 35, eh? 33. We won't do the join wars, but a single territory might be able to get us some good stuff with you. Save the... wait. 3 and 4, right? I think we still want the military access, and we'll do the trade agreement because it's giving us money. Screw it, just do the non-aggression pact as well. More money. I'm kind of doubtful that they'll ever get us anything useful, in the sense that they'll ever be high enough level to get us what we need. We also need to be careful of them owning things that we want. What's the likelihood that they own Miragliano right now? It's probably the Skaven, isn't it? All of this. Man, I forgot what we need here. I forgot which of the techs we actually need. I mean, I guess we could betray them. For now, the trade agreement will still give us a decent bit of cash. Let's do this for now, and then if needed, we'll betray them later. I think Astalia is probably owned by the Skaven. I'm not sure about Tilea and Miragliano, though. We'll see. Because if it's owned by the ogres, we're going to have to kill them. Or try to get them to trade it, but anyway. Alright, looking good. Army receives plague. Oh, these darn plagues. Oh, but I did want to see, is this hurting us or is this not hurting us? So this should be doing minus campaign movement range, battle healing cap, and how are we supposed to tell? Well, we don't have fleshy abundance, which means it is probably hurting us. I feel like we should be able to ignore it since they're our vassals. And yes, indeed, they did capture Beckhofen, though we did expect it. And hey, treasury, plus 1,000, nice. Manticore horn and such. Now, we could probably raise Kappelberg. We're sack Kappelberg. Ooh, sack value is fairly high. You know what? Go into raiding camp stance right now and heal up for the turn. We'll sack it next turn once we're at full HP. Oh, we'll actually need to fight this. There's a decent amount of troops in there. Alright, fair enough. Just gotta watch out for Karl. Watch him come in and declare war on us. And hello, Lutz von Waldenhof. But more importantly, Vashnaar the Hound. I assume you won't run. Lamondal, you will march stance all the way out here to Castle Drakenhof. Burple Smirk, you will move out here. In regular stance, I guess. And leech the XP from the defeat of Vashnaar. Am I getting a little bit of ahead of myself saying the defeat of? Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Do we want any items for you? We don't have any spare talismans of preservation. We could get you a sword of bloodshed. You already have magical attacks. And we have no decent armor for you. Let's just get you a temporary armor of silvered steel. As for enchanted items, I mean, honestly, I feel like this guy won't need a potion of healing, because what's the likelihood? He's got so much healing on him that anybody... pretty unlikely to bring him down, but for now... another Trickster Shard would be decent on him as well, since he should be in the middle of the fray. But anyway, Sword of Bloodshed, probably the best melee weapon we have. At least unless we unlock another melee weapon out of one of the hunts, as soon as we get to it, if ever. Anyway, to Vashnaar. Alright, also we are very much running out of time rapidly. We are... ooh... Alien defeat, yeah. Obviously, the interest in this campaign has begun to wane, so we're switching to the shorter episodes now, so we don't have a lot of time, so let's just jump into it. Let's see if this valiant defeat truly is valiant and truly is a defeat.
My twisted army! You all follow that troll king! Monsters and madmen all! Let's have their guts for lunch!
Alrighty, here we go. Ooh, just dodging that hell cannon shot. And, well, fortunately for us, the regular hell cannons don't have the frostbite on them. Anyway, here we go. The challenger of the Hound, Vashnaar the Hound. We'll see how well he does against Throggy as well as the rest of his army, but we won't be moving in, trolls or otherwise, until we take care of those hell cannons. Certainly don't want to be underestimating the unit, even if they are only one per battery. Now, Frigastrix is flying around them. The enemy has no anti-air save for the hell cannons. And we're going to get a little bit of that Ice Dragon breath on him. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to knock them out, but that doesn't mean the Frost Dragon can't land and do a little bit more damage. Can activate its Whirlwind, or Vortex rather, ability, and hopefully we can clear out the crew or just completely destroy this cannon. That said, it looks like Vashnaar decided to approach Frigastrix, and we're simply going to lift off until he backs away and get back to those cannons after. Damn, this thing's like right in the middle of this vortex, but not taking really damage. Cool shot, though. Alright, that ends. The hell cannon is still around, but once again, we can just cycle charge much as we want, really. Now we're gonna move the Manticores in to try to help out with this, though we do have to be a little bit more careful with the Manticores than we are with the Frost Dragon, who lands this time upon the actual cannon rather than the crew. But anyway, if the Manticores get hit too hard, they'll start rampaging and will probably destroy themselves attacking random enemy units. Now, and it looks like the Chaos Knights are moving in to try to protect the cannon crews once more, and we'll simply lift Frigastrix off again until we're ready. The rest of the army continues marching towards our troll line. Throg got a few vomits off and is now backing off as well, and we will just continue annoying this enemy artillery battery. You gotta do what you gotta do, that's why you bring air units. Either the enemy commits a lot of troops to staying here and protecting these, and then separates its army, or it doesn't move forward at all, but in that case we'll just drop spells on it. What's it gonna do? Well, it looks like they're brave enough to head towards our army without the support of the Hell Cannons. By the looks of it, a couple more hits will bring the Hell Cannons down, and even if they didn't, the enemy Hell Cannons are now too far away to support the enemy army, which works just fine for us. It looks like the first of the enemy units to reach Throg and his mob of trolls will be a pile of Chaos Knights. Throg's first swing and gets a couple of those Chaos Knights going down. And I'm sure the trolls will be able to rip them apart fairly quickly. Unlike the ice trolls, the Norscan trolls have armor-piercing damage. I actually don't remember what the... obviously the ice trolls do still have some armor-piercing damage. I just think they have more regular than armor-piercing. Oh, that's the ticket. They do hit harder, though, in general. Alright, and in addition to the trolls, we've got Burple Smirk and his little friends, those beasts of Nurgle, who always seem like they're having a pretty fun time. And with Burple Smirk in the middle of this formation, I doubt that we have... we've got horrible regeneration on trolls, plus Burple Smirk healing. And then whatever other buffs we got on them. In fact, just out of curiosity, we got, well, we got 101 leadership on these trolls now. Pretty solid. And we could use a little bit more, but it's pretty solid even with whatever debuffs they're taking. Alright, anyway, now it's just time to sort of sit in a blob and wait for the Chaos Warriors and Chosen, whatever other elites the enemy has decided to bring, to attempt to close the distance and fight the trolls. How effectively they will be able to do so remains to be seen, however. There we go, nice hit from Burplesmirk, and hey, I didn't know that the Bell would also vomit. Everybody's vomiting. The Bell, the Throg, etc. Alright, swinging away with that flail as well. Burplesmirk definitely towering over the Chosen of the Hound. Perhaps you chose the wrong god to follow. And there we go, Burplesmirk will cast the Miasma of Pestilence on the enemy, sending Chosen flying, all the while our Death Star of Trolls continues to hold. It looks like the enemy has brought a Chaos Giant to join the fray as well, and it should be at least somewhat threatening to Trolls, as it does hit hard enough to potentially be able to knock them out. That said, once again, our Trolls have horrible regeneration, so as long as the battle's not over, even if they do lose units, they might be able to get them back up and running. Alright, and we got reinforcements on the field as well. The piles of Chaos Warriors and Marauders from Burplesmirk. Frankly, we don't really need them as the Trolls are holding and just fine. Gonna get a nice Penumbral Pendulum moving through the lines of Chaos, Chosen, and Knights and whatnot, as we could have used the little extra bit of armor piercing offered. I'm gonna pop the Flaming Sword of Ruin, buffing everybody's base weapon damage to get the Trolls hitting that little extra bit harder. And bits of Chaos Warriors are just flying all over the place. Ooh, it does look like they at last managed to bring one of the Trolls down, at least over on this side, though whether it gets revived by the horrible regeneration remains to be seen. Our Mantcores will come down and join the field as they go after those Chaos Knights. And we activate that Frost Dragon Scale to do a little bit more damage as Frigastrex arrives in the blob. Fortunately, those vortexes aren't going to be particularly threatening to the Trolls, but will be much more so to the enemy infantry lines. Another Miasma of Pestilence keeps the enemy not hitting as hard, as it's a minus, let's see, 27 up to 30 melee attack, and interestingly enough, has a big mass reduction as well. Good luck dealing with the Trolls when you have that mass reduction. Huh. Wait, I'm just wondering, if you spam a bunch of mass reductions on something like a giant, like not even just one, like many mass reductions, would the charge of something small be able to send a giant flying? Is that actually possible? Or would the giant still be resistant to it regardless of its mass? Because it probably has some hidden trait due to its size. I mean, size, not such a hidden trait, to be honest, but anyway. Kind of curious about that. I gotta figure out other ways to potentially reduce enemy mass and play around with that at some point. Kind of an interesting idea. But anyway, looks like the balance of power has shifted to about 90% in our favor. Looks like the enemy lord is still alive and fighting Frigastrex a little bit, and the Throg is attempting to go through the remains of the enemy lines to get towards it. By it, I mean the enemy champion. At least the enemy line is still bravely attempting to take us on, considering we've taken effectively no losses. And Throg is now at last ready to fight the enemy lord. I'd say he was ready the entire time. Just that the enemy lord was unwilling to duel him. Fortunately, now is the time, or at least was the time, the enemy lord... Oh! Actually, it will continue to be the time as the enemy lord is unbreakable. Well, that's just lovely to see. I do believe the rest of his army has broken, but Throg can whack away at him with his big old maul, to his heart's content. And let's see, the Chaos Lord down to about 20%, 25% of his HP, and Throg is just fine, continuing that regeneration, activating his nice kick, Sword of Anti-Heroes, and in fact, oh, that's adding insult to injury, killing off the enemy Lord with a kick to bring him to the ground, from which he does not get up again. Beautiful work, Throg. I like that. That was a nice touch. Alright, and the only things that remain of the enemy army, as per usual whenever fighting other Chaos forces, is the enemy Chaos spawn. Fortunately, Purple Smirk and his Beast of Nurgle pals are here. And a few whacks away at those Chaos spawns should bring them down reasonably quick. Alright, they got a little HP. They are regenerating, of course, getting a little bit of the taste of our own medicine in that, I guess. Alright, come on. I guess one issue with... Oh, nice hit. Damn, the wind-up on that flail before smashing the Chaos Spawn in the face. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Anyway, with that, the battle's ours. We are going to, I guess, chase the enemy down. I don't know whether the enemy army survives after being destroyed or not, because it's like a sort of pseudo-quest army, but just in case it does, we'll chase it on down. Alright, very nice work from Throg. And keep in mind, this is without the ice trolls and all the other stuff that's going to be powering up this army later. And on top of it, we got ourselves a nice 12.5k cash for it. Very nice. A little bit more than that, in fact. Sacrifice. Alright, now, just... What? Why did you turn into an Imperial guy? That's a little bit odd, but sure, why not? I assume loots can't reach Castle Dragonov, or at least I hope we can't. Mountain Scout, not for you, at least not right now. And what the heck? What? Why are we over here? Okay, anyway. I'm not sure why that was the thing, but anyway. You two will go to Kuhar, and... Oh right, Throg's completely immune to attrition. You know what? I guess what we could do is... Okay, just deal with this. What we could do is have Throg obliterate Grom Peak on a resolve. And... Okay, we have no choice in anything. Dragonhelm, Challenger of the Hound, destroyed. Lovely. Man, we could have him obliterate Grom Peak. On the other hand, we could have you obliterate Grom Peak. Doesn't really matter. The thing is, somebody needs to move to Karak-Kadrin. And I was thinking that we sent Throg around to Karaz-Karak, but this way probably wouldn't go so well. Is there anybody else we could have? Nah, I mean... I really don't want to go here. Well, you know what? We'll see. If Throg can take this in one turn, we'll do it. But if he can't, then, well, we won't. Go here. You're immune to attrition anyway. You won't be able to... I might be able to hit it in one turn. Might be a little bit dangerous for Castle Drakenha, but... Well, we can upgrade you immediately. Did I not already do the upgrades this turn? Apparently not. Lamondel, stay here. Stay here and defend it if you need to. We can even pop the Maws of Savagery in there just in case. This guy might not even be trying to go over there. We'll see. It's possible that he is, but this is kind of a garbage army. Again, we barely have any defenses. On the other hand, we can get Purple Smirk down there next turn. We don't really need him to help out Throggy, and he can reach Castle Drakenhof. Yeah, we should be fine. We should be fine. Alrighty, Wulfrik, back to you. Now that that guy's done, this little caravan, it's gonna annoy us, isn't it? Wulfrik, you're gonna set sail for obvious reasons. And, well, we'll see. If the caravan ends up, like, right here, and I think it moves several territories at once, then we might be able to chase it down with Wulfrik. Possible. It would be nice if we could, but if we can't, we'll still land here at Winterpire, take out Fator the Serpent, and then move to the final challenger after. Hubas, head down to Uzkalak Town, or through the Uzkalak Canal. I think so. Lovely. Alright, Slith Wallbreaker, you were headed after this annoying little beastman herd. Now, I would wager that if you attacked them... actually, wait. Would they be able to run? It's a decent likelihood, let's say. They'd be able to run. Alright, so we're just going to go right here. Beside them, and we'll see where they go next turn. Wait, if we declare war on them but don't move, I think we might be able to do a... I'll be able to beastman ambush you, will you? Will they? I kind of don't like that. You know what? You guys stay away from there. Maybe not all that far, but just keep away from them. Just in case they can somehow move. We will declare war on them. And... Wait, no, it won't work. And the reason it won't work is because if we declare war on them right now, is that these guys will attack them. You know what I should have done? Yeah, we'll wait the turn. Hopefully they don't move somewhere far away. I really don't want to be chasing them around for ages, but anyway, we'll leave it for now. Surtha Ek, you have raised Marienburg. Okay, would you guys please take our now? Just take it. Take it. Occupy. Wait, Skaven Rebels. Is everything owned by Skaven Rebels or just this? It just says Skaven Rebels on it. Why does this say Skaven Rebels? Does this indicate that there's a Skaven army in here? Maybe. Well, either way, Surtha, go... Oh, wait, take your stuff back, first of all. Everything except the 2 Marauder chariots. Then we do need to keep an eye on Kuran. Aha, Kathik. Where are you going? You going to Longyi, maybe? I mean, with this little army, they probably wouldn't be able to take Longyi. I'm not 100% sure on it, though. Should raise Fort Berg-Bray. Right, move here, or at least move close to here. Aha! Ferdinand von Waldenhof is here. It looks like they don't want to go after the fort. The other option would be to just ignore it and move towards Eilhart in order to take it next turn, which isn't too bad of an option either. This is in Eilhart, so it would allow us to raid, at least for a turn. I just don't like the fact that we're getting further and further away from Kuran. You know what, Olaf, let's double up and let's pop you into Kuran. In fact, we could... no, we can't. I was gonna say we could march Stancy over there, but Kuran at least we shouldn't lose, in theory. As in, we don't want to lose. As to whether we will or we won't, well, that remains to be seen. And Surtha, are you not raiding Eilhart? You are, but you're gaining nothing out of it. Wow, because Eilhart is making nothing. Well, that's just great. Alright, where's Carl? I see Konz Liskin. That tells me nothing. At least we got another success on you, and we might as well move the other guy. You can move to Saltzman. 7. What about this? Still 7. I don't like that. Lorelorn is 6, but you have failed multiple times. Sir, if you keep failing, we're going to Beledna the critical failure you. No, he's okay. He got the threat. Anyway, Morkaka, you don't need to move this turn, not until we're ready for Kappelberg. At least you're rating decently. Ormgard is fine. Lamondal is fine. Olaf Fimmerken, you guys can... Ah, Serena Katrin's back. You can raid here. And you can raise this for, once again, I believe, the Serpent. Let's keep raising for the Serpent for a while. Unresolve. This better not hurt our... Yep, of course, it took tons and tons, killed tons and tons of our horses, but whatever. And then raise for the Serpent. Yes. Alright. Lovely. At least this, killing off Serena Katrin repeatedly does give us this attrition casualty reduction. Mighty... Oh, wow, you are badly hurt. Much more badly than I was expecting. Now, assuming that Throggy can take Grom Peak, we should then move Olaf Fimmerken around to Carrick Kadrin. It's not like we need to go here to Fallen King, or to Mount Gunbad, since it's held by the ogres. You... I guess we're just going to slowly move this way as well. How are we looking over here? Silver Pinnacle presumably got sacked by the Dorks? I'm not entirely sure what happened. Well, either way, there's probably a few things to do, but we are at this point out of time, frankly, so I'm going to call the episode here. I'll do the building between the episodes, and then we'll come back in the turn, see if we can't hunt down the Caravan and the Challenger of Slaanesh next time around, and then possibly move to the Eagle if we have time as well. So, stay tuned for it. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments below. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.